Um, this is my follow-up video for Stamp Wars September 2025 featuring Stampscapes. And our special guest was Irene Smith, who's also known as Artemis Maid. I will link everything down in the description below. For a short period of time, you guys have a discount on Nature Set number 53, which is the set that we used, and which is this one here called Let It Snow, and on Snowy Cabins, which is Nature Set number 53. This is 52, that's 53. You don't have to put a coupon code in, and that's only good until October 4th, 2025. I'm going to be making my follow-up card using the Nature Sheet 52, which is Let It Snow, and I'm going to be using the Nature Sheet number 15, which is Beautiful Trees. And somebody can win brand new set of these on Tracy's channel, so make sure you go follow her and see what she makes. But this is what I made on the show. We had to stamp on foiled cardstock, so I did mine on matte silver cardstock, colored it in with pan pastels, and we had to make a tag, and here is my little tag, and I colored those in with zig markers, and I used a Marvy puffy pen for the snow. So I had a lot of fun, but I want to make a card, and I'm going to try, keyword is try, to do some Northern Lights scene. I don't know if I will be able to or not. This is some chrome coat cover paper from Marco's. I don't know if they still sell this or not. You're gonna have to go on their website and take a look, but another company that we support. And I'm going to bring in here I did manage to find my really old original Misty, so I should be able to use that. But I lost my new Misty and my Tim Holtz platform in the move, and I've pretty much unpacked everything, and I think it might have gotten put in the sold or giveaway boxes. So if you got my Tim Holtz platform or my brand new Black Misty, congratulations, because I'm kicking myself because I cannot find them. All right, so since these are rubber stamps, we're going to take out the foam mat. And this is like a glossy cardstock. You could use any kind of glossy cardstock, really. And I want to grab my Stays On inks because that's what we had the best results with yesterday. And I'm using this glossy cardstock, so... All right, I'm going to stamp first with I was going to use the big tree trunk, but I think I'm going to use these tree trunk trio. The special pricing on the stamps is unmounted is $15.75. Cling mounted, which means it has that gray foam on the back so you can stick it to your stamping blocks, is $22.50, which is a tremendous value because normally those stamps are closer to $30. And also, if you're in the US, if you spend more than $100, ooh, I just got ink on my sweatshirt. If you get $100 spent, it's free shipping. So this is brown, timber brown. A little dry, might have to re-ink this one. Yep, I'm gonna have to stamp that again. Would not have a re-inker for this color. Oh, there it is. Oh yeah, that was a very dry ink pad. It is soaking up that ink. Okay, should be good now. Much better when you use a juicy ink pad. Okay. Okay, on this side, I'm using the other half of the big tree trunk. Came out pretty nice. Okay, I think we're done stamping with that color. All right, now I want to stamp cabin in the middle up here. Just so it looks like it's way back in the back. All right, I'm going to try to do the trees. Actually, I'm going to do the whole thing in black because I'm going to be doing some colors. We're going to be doing colors on this anyway, so black is fine. Okay, perfect. So they look like they're behind the trees. Now, can I get this fence in here? Okay. Okay, and this ink goes right in and dries pretty quickly. I want to grab some markers. But before we do that, I'm going to do some ink blending on the background. All right, I think I'm done stamping, so I can take all of this out. There are some beautiful sentiments in the stamp set too. It says, "Let it snow, warm wishes, and peace." Nope, that's supposed to be snow. I'll fix that. Don't worry. yellow on the windows, brown on the bottom part of the fence. This is gray that I'm doing down the chimney. And I'm not being like super precise either. I'm just putting color down. It's like a greenish brown color. Sorry, my head is in the way. And there's not a whole bunch you have to color here. It's pretty well designed. This is a dark green, and I will go back in and fill in the snow with the snow pen like we used last night. So I'm not really worried about this covering up all my trees. And because this was stamped on with Stays On, that shows in the background. The marker is not removing it. Stays On is a permanent ink. So when you stamp it, it soaks right in. So I'm not worried about any of this. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. And now for the part that I want to do, I'm going to make sure my ink is pretty dry. The markers take an extra second to dry. I'm going to take the heat tool to this real quick. Okay, I think everything is pretty dry now. Yep, okay, good. All right, so now I want to do my sky and my ground here. I can also put some smaller trees in the background. There are these smaller pine trees here. These are out of the tree set. This is olive green Stays On ink. So I'm just going to kind of try to snake that in just the edge there so you can see like a shadow of it back there. So just added a couple little two little tiny little trees behind the fence there. All right, now I need to work on my background and my snow. So for that, we're going to do some ink blending. And I kind of want to do this Northern Lights look. So I need a bright lime green. Lime Ricky from Catherine Pooler. I'm just going to take my blending brush. Oh, that is very limey. Okay, we're going to try to get some of that out of there. I'm going to go in with some darker blue. I want a really bright color blue. Actually, I want a navy and a bright color blue. Or maybe we'll go in with a purple. Let's do purple. We had a what I call a cotton candy sky today. It was purple and pink. It's really pretty. Okay, so I'm trying not to blend that with the green too much because then it looks like brown. Okay. That's grape crush, sorry, for that one. So we have purple, we have green, and then we're going to add our blue. So we need a couple of different blues. We need kind of a icy blue. Let me see what I got here. Here we go, stone blue. And I want that to kind of be on our ground. So that's coloring our ground. And then I'm going to go in with the glacier and kind of do the outside layers. Let me... Okay. Now I want to go in and color my trees a little bit darker. Grab some icing on the cake. Let me grab a smaller blender here. Clean up my mess. And sorry, my head's in the way, but because this paper is so glossy, it's kind of hard for me to see where I'm putting ink. Okay, oh, got some ink on there now. Ink everywhere. So now it's just a matter of adding the snow on the fence around the house and in the trees. And that is my Northern Lights sort of interpretation for this Stampscapes card. So I kind of like it. We're going to do this part. So these are generally messy, so I try to dab it off to the side on my desk. You can see how that big blob just came out of there. And then just take what I need. I'm going to put it on top of the fence. And you want this to be pretty thick when you apply it, because then it will really stand out. It'll puff up really good. If it's thin, it won't puff up so nice. All right, I'm going to dry that before we move on to the other parts. I did pick up some of the ink over here, so I'm going to apply a second layer. All right, that's much better. And then we need some snow on the ground here. I'm going to go back and just dot the trees. Okay, now I've dotted the cabin and the trees. I'm just going to add an extra layer to that. I think I need a little bit more. Oops. Okay, and I think that completes my Cabin in the Woods Northern Lights edition. I want to thank Tracy for hosting and Irene for playing along with us. Again, make sure you follow them. Tracy is going to be giving away both of these sets on her channel. I will link that down below. And I especially want to thank Kevin from Stampscapes. If you guys are new to Stampscapes, definitely want to take advantage of this sale. But go check out Kevin's website so you can order, and also check out Kevin's YouTube. He does many, many instructional videos. I was a fan of his long before we came out with Stamp Wars. You can actually probably find the old Stamp Wars, which was many years ago, when Kevin actually was on with us, and it was great. There you go. If you enjoyed watching me make this card, please give it a thumbs up. All I'm going to do now is just stick it to my card base. And it's done. And again, these cards these stamps are very easy to use. Didn't take much for me just to add some stamping, some coloring, and we're done. Thanks for watching, guys. Go check out the replay if you missed Stamp Wars, and you have a chance to win both of these stamp sets from Tracy's channel. So make sure you go and follow her, and check out Irene as well, because she will also be doing a follow-up video. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.